The superhero civil war is over, but it's not a happy ending. Captain America is going to die, but you'll never guess his killer. Our story begins in the final pages of the Civil War, when Captain America looks around at his city in the wake of the battle. Oh my god. What's wrong? They're right. We're not fighting for the people anymore, Falcon. Look at us. We're just fighting. Cap drops his shield, ordering his team to stand down. Cap, what are you doing? They'll throw us in jail if you surrender. We were beating them, man. We were winning back there. Everything except the argument. Tears stream down Captain America's cheeks. Cap pulls off his mask and offers his hands to a nearby police officer who takes him into custody. Stand down, troops. That's an order. If you're just tuning in, you heard correctly. Steve Rogers, Captain America, has surrendered to the authorities. The brutal conflict over the Superhuman Registration Act is over, though whether Rogers' arrest will bring peace or healing to the superhero community or to the nation is a question that only time can answer. The anchor throws it down to a correspondent at the federal courthouse in Manhattan, where Rogers is soon to arrive. In an unusual turn, the government has decided to arraign Rogers here in New York instead of a military tribunal. Sources inside the administration state that because of Cap's meaning to the country, they want complete transparency. The hearing will be broadcast live on all networks. By the state of the crowd, it's clear why. Although his anti-registration stance was unpopular to the average citizen, Captain America himself is a cultural icon. The streets are lined with signs reading "Free Captain America," though there's an occasional dissenter with a sign reading "Traitor." Hidden in the crowd are several SHIELD agents, including Sharon Carter, personal friend of Steve Rogers. Over her comms, she speaks to Nick Fury, who's been notably absent throughout the war. Nick, this is going to be a nightmare. Just hang in there, Sharon. It's a risky plan, but it's gonna work. It had better. I'm not watching that man put behind bars. Sharon's mind drifts back to her childhood, when she'd watch old-timey World War II newsreels highlighting the legendary Captain America, the man who defeated the Nazis. But Sharon's attachment to Steve goes even deeper. Her Aunt Peggy had fought with him in the war. The two had even fallen in love amidst the chaos of war. But I didn't know all of that as a kid. I just knew she liked to watch newsreel footage from the war, even though it made her cry. Sharon had spent her entire youth watching Cap, only to fight beside him after he'd emerged from the ice. She was a young SHIELD agent on an early assignment, but she could already see why Peggy fell in love with him. Because even though he was a soldier, you could almost feel the kindness behind those eyes, hardened by war. He'd fought through the worst days of the 20th century, and he was still the most decent man you could ever meet. Like her Aunt Peggy, Sharon fell in love with Steve immediately. She knew that their careers would bring them apart, but it was always worth it. Sharon shakes away the memories as Nick Fury tells another agent across the street to follow Sharon's lead. That's the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, and Steve Rogers' childhood best friend. This could get dodgy, and if it does, you're gonna be her ground support. No problem, Fury. Just say when. Damn. What is it? They're here. Police officers in riot gear back the onlookers away, making room for a prisoner transport vehicle. The truck stops. Several guards walk out, surrounding a handcuffed Captain America. They're gonna parade Steve like he's a cheap hood, like they forgot everything he's done for them. Bucky was another soldier from another time, Captain America's sidekick during the war. He was like that sainted, can-do-no-wrong big brother, the guy you can't help but look up to, because you know that you can never be that good, that graceful under pressure, or that strong in the face of horror. But they've all forgot that. All they care about is their fear, having someone to crucify to appease the public. As Steve is led up the courthouse steps, he's swarmed with reporters asking 1,000 questions. Have you resigned as Captain America? Why did you give up? Are you supporting the Registration Act now? Was Tony Stark right? A marshal tells the reporters that Cap has no comment, but things start to get hairy. Cap gets hit in the face by a tomato by one of the protesters. Since when does Captain America surrender? Loser! One of the marshals approaches the tomato-wielding protester, but when he turns his back, Cap notices an unsettling sight, a red dot appearing square in the middle of the marshal's back. Cap's eyes follow the dot. He spots a sniper in a high window across the street. Damn it to hell. Elsewhere, Cap's face is broadcast live to a TV screen across town. Look at him. He spotted the sniper. Inside this high-end apartment, 3 dangerous villains gathered to watch Cap's arrest. Dr. Faustus, an Austrian psychologist who tricks heroes into doing evil deeds. General Lucan, former USSR general who inherited the Winter Soldier Project, and Red Skull, a literal Nazi from the 1940s. Faustus wants to call the plan off, but Lucan insists that this is how it was meant to play out. We used considerable influence to make sure Rogers was transferred from S.H.I.E.L.D. custody at this location. They turn back to the screen where they watch Steve jump in front of the sniper's beam. The sniper fires. Cap gets shot in the back. The marshal calls out the sniper. The crowd flees in terror. Sharon is only worried about one thing. Steve! Bucky runs toward the direction of the shot. Is this your plan, Fury? No, damn it. This is something else. Sharon races toward the handcuffed Steve, but before she can reach him, he spots a handgun pointed toward his chest. There's a second shooter. He's helpless. The shooter fires 3 shots point blank into Captain America's gut. Steve! No! Rogers is down! Where the f*** is that sniper? Steve has collapsed onto the courthouse steps, covered in blood as life seeps from his body. Help me! Someone help me! Sharon, the crowd, get them to safety. Don't worry about them, Steve. No more innocents hurt. Someone help me, damn it! As Sharon holds onto her friend as he clings to life, Steve's other 2 buddies seek vengeance. High above the streets, Falcon soars amidst the helicopters to find that sniper. Meanwhile, Bucky leaps from building to building in pursuit. Bucky's arrived at the shooter's location, talking to Fury on comms. Talk to me, kid. The room is completely empty. No traces of the shooter. It's clear. Whoever it was hit and ran. Fury begins to access satellites to track his exit. As Bucky patiently waits, he sees something flying toward him. Falcon, you son of a bitch! Bucky's spent most of his life as a mind-controlled assassin. Falcon just found him at the shooter's location. He did the math. You twisted little sick, get your hands off me while you can. It wasn't enough? What you took from him already? You better pray he's not dead. Bucky's tone lowers. He looks right in Falcon's eyes. I am. Falcon calms down and lets Bucky go. So you didn't? No, I'd kill myself first. Fury pops back on comms. They found him. Bucky masks up and turns toward Falcon. Can you fly and carry me at the same time? Back at the site of the shooting, paramedics have loaded Steve onto a carrier. Sharon refuses to leave his side. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to... I have S.H.I.E.L.D. Priority 1 clearance, so get the hell away from me if you know it's good for you. Fury checks in with Sharon for an update. He's bleeding really bad, Nick, drifting in and out. Sharon, listen to me. There's a hospital 5 blocks away, and it's Steve Rogers. He's taken bullets before. He ain't gonna die, okay? Falcon soars through the air, carrying Bucky below him. The shooter was seen being picked up in a WNYK chopper, and they've found him. It's Cap's old enemy, Crossbones. Someone's on us! A man with wings! What do I... Just fly, idiot! Bucky begins firing at the chopper's propellers to bring it down. Ah, the hell with it! Come on, then! As the helicopter goes into freefall, Crossbone leaps out and tackles Bucky away from Falcon's grasp. The 2 begin to tumble down toward the streets. They tumble past an Iron Man billboard promoting superhero registration, a billboard that has aged really poorly in the last 10 minutes. They wrestle each other in the air, then crash hard onto a roof. Both stand, ready for a fight. Don't tell me you think you're a good guy now. Not exactly. As the 2 exchange punches, a woman on a faraway roof watches on. It's Sin, daughter of Red Skull. She calls her father. They've got Brock, father. He's fighting, but he's already hurt. You need to do exactly as you were ordered, Sin. If Crossbones can't make his own escape, then he'll pay the price. But our plan goes forward. We see that she's wearing nurse scrubs and standing on the rooftop of Mercy Hospital, where Captain America is about to be taken for a life-saving operation. Now get inside and be ready. Back on the faraway rooftop, Bucky relentlessly beats Crossbones. Where is he? Where is Red Skull? Crossbones refuses to talk. Bucky offers one final punch to knock him down for the count. Falcon comes flying in, telling Bucky he needs to scram. S.H.I.E.L.D's about to flood the area with agents and cape killers. You don't want to get dragged into this mess. Go get Cap, and fast! Someone needs to watch his back, and I can't be that guy. Bucky runs off into the night, just as S.H.I.E.L.D. agents approach their location. Falcon, you are ordered to stand down. S.H.I.E.L.D. is taking charge of this crime scene and taking this suspect into custody. Then take him. I got a friend to see. Falcon flies through the air, chasing the ambulance that's currently racing through the streets. Inside, Sharon comforts Steve. We're almost there, baby. Just hang on. Sharon, so pretty. You take my breath. Get us there now, damn it! We're losing him! Steve, stay here! Stay with me! A few hours later, Sharon walks into the hospital bathroom to throw some water on her face. It's about to be a long night. As she dries off, a nurse approaches her from behind. Excuse me, ma'am? The doctor wanted me to tell you something. Which doctor? Sharon turns, seeing sin in heavy disguise. Dr. Faustus, he says, remember. Suddenly, Sharon's eyes roll to the back of her head. Dr. Faustus had played with her mind, and now she's about to see what he forced her to do. Sharon's hidden memories come to the surface. They were in a crowd. There was a sniper. She rushed towards Steve, and then she pulled her gun. She shot Steve in the stomach. Sharon Carter was the second shooter. Sharon collapses on the floor. Steve saw who shot him. Steve saw his friend shoot him. And even so, the perfectly pure Steve Rogers only cared about getting more people to safety. Sharon begins to shed manic tears at this terrible revelation. No! No! What did I do? At that very moment, Steve's body lies limp on the hospital bed. Captain America is dead.